Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question tonight: What are your thoughts so far? What are your thoughts so far about General Hospital so far into 2023? I think that was the question I asked. So something along those lines, and also Days of Our Lives, B&B, and Y&R as well. What are your thoughts on them so far? I mean, I know it's February. Well, it's about to be March, so it's still early in the year. But with these shows, they should generally start off strong. And yeah, that's the question of the night. I know I started off tonight kind of late. Um, Sorry about that. I had some stuff that came up last minute, and I wasn't even too sure if I was going to be able to do a live stream tonight, even though I really wanted to. And everything just kind of just worked out. Thank you. What's good, Shauna? What's good, CW? What's good, Blackmon? What's good, Kyrese? What's good, Skinner? Kyrese was good. Shauna, Laura, CW, how's everyone doing tonight? It's kind of weird because, like, I usually I have more time to sit there and plan stuff out as far as my questions tonight. And I mean, granted, I still do have some more questions and stuff like that, but I felt like this one was kind of important because I wanted to see what everyone's thoughts was on the soap operas that's going on. Do you like them so far? Or do you just kind of blah blah? Like, what are your thoughts? What's good, Nikisha Moore? What's good, Joy? Blackman, I'm doing good. How you doing tonight? Kerry says, I watched Stage of Our Lives. I was confused into the end of the three women. I was like, what am I watching until then? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Kyrie. I was kind of like, wait, what? I mean, here's the thing. I knew they weren't gonna die, so it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah. I was wondering how they was gonna come. I was wondering how they were going to bring them back. Uh, Isaiah Isaiah says have barely watched any of the soaps this year. So that pretty much says it right there, Isaiah. That pretty much says it so far. By the way, how you been, Isaiah? It's been a hot minute. Skinner says haven't watched any of the soaps today. Hmm. Days was still the best. GH was actually stepping up. I don't know what they were doing with B&B. Half of B&B was just trash. The other half was good. I'm doing good, Isaiah. It's always good to see you in the chat. It's been a minute, so it's good seeing you again. China says, "Why Porsche throw Jordan under the bus?" I'm not gonna lie, Shauna. I did think about that. I mean, granted, that's not how it. I think we. It's funny too because I felt like the first impression. I said the same thing. I said the exact same thing. I was like, "What? What?" Valerie was good. Well, Valerie. Okay, Valerie. Apparently, I'm gonna make it all about Nikisha tonight. Since apparently that's what I do. I just make it all about Nikisha. Because she's pretty much my favorite at this point. I hope you're okay with that, Nikisha. Um, CW says B&B was getting on my nerves today. I was not here for Tom's attitude. And usually, I'm able to sympathize with him. Hmm. CW. Well, what I didn't, what I didn't like was the Taylor and Brooks scene. I felt like that was such filler. It was unnecessary, CW. It was almost like they didn't have a clear idea of what to do with Brooke and Taylor. So they just decided to have the waiter hit on her. And have Brooke act like all stupid, like, oh, little me? Like, what's going on? That's why I said, like, half of B&B was good. Eagle Fang was good. Eagle Fang. DC is in the chat was good. Valerie says, I thought she might miscarry. Hopefully she doesn't. Hopefully she doesn't. Yeah, it definitely was a waste of a scene. You know how it is, Nikisha. You know how it is. Got to sit there and give a shout out to my MVPs. DC's in the chat. DC says, I just finished watching Y&R and GH and it was pretty decent. I love how all the FBI agents on GH are black. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that on DC. Bostic Enterprises. I love it. Uh, Joy says Portia is annoying. She should have done a DNA test from the beginning just for herself. I'm not buying that she didn't want to know. I'm not buying that either, Joy. I'm also not buying the fact that Taggart didn't know. I'm not buying. I'm not buying that at all. Medora was good. Medora, it's been a minute. How have you been? Tyrese. Tyrese Clark is. You're amazing. You're amazing, Tyrese. You are amazing. You're definitely my rock star. You're definitely one of my rock stars, one of my MVPs. I really appreciate that. So Kyrie's just gifted another membership. So if you're thinking about joining, we have a lot of funds. We have a lot of fun on the weekends. Ask any one of the members here. Yeah, DC, you can. I've seen other people do it before. Um, yeah, you can give memberships. That is so cool. And thank you again, Kyrie's. Joy, welcome to the club. Welcome to the super supporters. Thank you again, Kyrie's. You are amazing. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? Of course, Days of Our Lives was good because, well, yeah, that too. But it was also just good in general. I had a bunch of. Oh, what's good, Karen? Thank you for joining. It actually went really old school today. I had a bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I don't know what got me in the mood for that, but like I've been eating them like there was no tomorrow. China says, "Do we gotta hear Sally whine for 9 months? Hopefully not." Um, what else am I gonna drink? Oh, what's good, Cheyenne? Cheyenne says, "Family Day cravings." How was everyone's weekend? What's good, Makai? Thank you for joining. Yo, what is your profession? Sunken Bear, what is your profession? What do you mean, like YouTuber or something like that? Like, what do you mean, Sunken Bear? What do you mean by that? And how are you doing tonight? Oh, what is my job? Retail. Yeah, Sunken Bear, retail. But hopefully one day I will be doing this full time. DC says he's professional, is that he currently the CEO of Bostic Enterprises. I like that, Sunken Bear. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing your name by a lot, so I'm sorry for that. Um, is that I did report on that. Sunken Bear. Jay just called me. Super. Okay. Is that it? Super? Or is it so super, right? Okay, cool. Thank you. Shauna says Victor's gonna be on Sally. Yeah, super. I am ask anybody in the chat, I'm very bad with names. Extremely bad with names. So thank you for your patience up there. What's good, Daisy Flower? Daisy Flower says the only good thing on GSA was Abra and Friends. But yeah, I really did enjoy that stuff, Daisy Flower. I did. Sunk Bear, what is your Sunk Bear? What is your favorite predator catchers? Valerie says Albert is consistent getting names correct. I'm trying. I am definitely trying. Karen says Olivia Jerome, Austin's boss. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I put that as my thumbnail because everyone kept saying that it was, and I feel like there was a good chance that it might be. So, Shauna says I like Ashley, but helping Tucker don't hurt him. Help Tucker don't hurt him. Trigena is in the chat. What's good, Trigena? Thank you for joining. It's always great to see you. Shauna, I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand why they're pushing this Ashley and Tucker thing. I really don't get that because this dude has hurt her repeatedly. Why is he giving her another chance? I mean, why is she giving him another chance? DC says now in order for Albert to be a truce. Liz and his micromanagement. What, like Victor Newman or something? Makaya says, I wonder why Ashley brought Tucker's dad. I know they're going to try to do something with them. I just don't understand it. Now, Kyrie says, I love watching Ashley get the better of Tucker. I feel like they're going to do some sort of romance, and I don't understand why. Like, seriously, if somebody cheated on you multiple times, would you actually give them another chance? I mean, screw that. If they cheated on you one time, would you give them another chance? Okay, I'm just going to put it in the chat. What's good, Gloria? Thank you for joining. I heard Gloria says, I hope Curtis don't get mad at Jordan. Oh, it's too late for that. That's already going to happen. Laura says they didn't say Austin's boss. Yeah, right. Nope, they didn't. I just put it there as a fun thumbnail. Really, Nikisha? You're really surprised? I mean, like, really? Because Wichita didn't get. Very, very funny name, Kyrie's. I always call her the Ice Princess, but Cherie is in the chat. Cherie says, will Sabrina last for a long time? Cherie, right? What's good, Kenya? Thank you for joining. Now Valerie says Portia is so messy. Yeah, I mean she's so messy. She is definitely so messy. And in case you're not surprised, disappointed, Heather being the hook is sloppy writing. You know what? I got another question now. I'm very curious about that. Um, yeah, Valley. I guess by my eyes and just like, yeah. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm okay with her being a hooker. I really am. What's good, Anna? Thank you for joining. Just finished work. All right. How was your day, Anna? So, how do you feel? How do you feel about Heather being a hook killer? Because I felt like for a long time, people kept saying there's another copycat, there's another hook killer and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I don't think so. I don't think so. China says, how many times did Jordan tell Portia to tell Curtis? Yeah, I mean that's very true. But it was one of those things where it's like it seemed like it got kind of monotonous to say it over and over and over and over again. Um, you gotta sit there and tell them. You gotta tell them the truth. Sit there and tell Taggart the truth and Curtis the truth in a hot minute. What makes you think they're gonna do it now? AJ's in the chat. What's good, AJ? What's good, Victoria? AJ, did you like the episode? Yeah, it's funny too, AJ, because when I watched the episode, I thought about you and I was like, I have a feeling you're gonna like this episode. He said, I'm in better shape than Heather, and I don't think I could get the best of Brando even with a hook. But what if it's raining really hard on the Keisha? I mean, granted, I'm not trying to give them that much of an excuse, but just saying. CW says Curtis should consider the fact that Portia admitted she would never have told. Exactly. Yes, CW. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, AJ. I knew you were gonna like it. I knew you were gonna like it. Um, Rob is in the chat. What's good, Rob? And Shakira is in the chat. Now, Georgina says, I only caught a little of the episode of GH, but I love the foot let. Oh, I didn't even see that. I actually tell you the truth, I fast forward past it. So, um, actually, no, I didn't even fast. I just looked at my phone the whole time. I was like, all right, whatever. Um, you know what it is? I felt like other people are going to be happy about it. So I was like, all right, that's cool. Yeah. Long as the fans are happy, that's all that matters. Um, and it says my day was full of twists and turns, but all right, good. I'm glad you made it through, Anna. I'm glad you're able to sit there and join us. I really appreciate that. Trust me, I know how you can have a very long day. You just want to sit there and just sleep and chill and yeah. So I'm grateful that you're here. Nandisi says, yeah, Joy made it. Oh, I didn't even see that. Monique is in the chat. Monique is you never have to apologize. It is always good to see you in the chat whenever you join. So thank you for joining. I hope you had a great day. AJ Samsung, oh no, keep playing. Oh, okay. Well, I'm listen, AJ. I'm glad that you're happy about it. Because I thought about you when they showed it. So, ABC says no. I believe that just show. I believe that she knew who is the father is because as a doctor. Maybe, maybe ABC. ABC G13. Data Flaw says, I agree with you about the kiss. It was cute, but made not engaging. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I look at it this way, Daisy Fly. I'm not knocking anyone that enjoyed it. People that enjoyed it, I'm happy for you. Um, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. You know me, not that you're trying to rain on anyone's parade. So, um, but I'm glad. You know, here's the thing. I'm glad that people actually liked it. So that's cool. Cheyenne says President Donald Trump speaks at 45 meeting live from. Oh, okay. Um, Shauna says, do Sheila, Tess, and Trina's a match? Oh, do Stella, Tess, and Trina's a match? What does that mean? Yeah, um, I don't know, DC. I don't know. Monique says I would have killed it if. Hmm. No, Sharon, I've never been to Florida. Only place I've been to was LA. I've been to LA before. I feel like I'm missing so many people in the chat. Like Joy says something else now. I can't find Joy anywhere. AJ says the Hook Hill storyline is trash now. Oh, Shakira, you live in LA. Nice. Okay. Do you like it in LA, Shakira? Solomon's in the chat. What's good, Solomon? DC says, shout out to my Florida peeps, the Sunshine State where the people are hot and the drama's that sounds like a soap opera. That really does. Kyrie's is Kyrie's is literally the rock star tonight. Kyrie's just gifted another membership. Oh my god, Kyrie's, you are amazing. You are amazing, Kyrie's. DC has joined the super supporters. Super squad. I'm gonna call him super squad. I can't change the name now, but he is in the N Club. Thank you, Kyrie's. Thank you so much. Oh my god, you are amazing. Seriously, Kyrie's is amazing. Seriously. Jessica is in the chat. What's good, Jessica? You know, DC, that star thing, it looks good on you. So damn right, DC. You are officially a member of the Bostic Enterprises. Georgina says, yeah, Portia really sitting there like she had no idea this was gonna happen. Why even confess to join if you think she wants Curtis back? You know, here's another thing. Okay, so I think I'm gonna sit there in this poll and thank you again, Kyrie. You are amazing. Have I not said that enough? Well, 31 people voted, and wow, okay. So I'm gonna end that poll. I'm gonna start another one. So the majority of the people in here did not like. Um, Valerie is in the chat. Valerie is a member. Oh my god, this is amazing. I'm so glad that I actually wound up doing the live tonight. I didn't think I was actually going to be able to. So, where was my damn pen at? I love when I don't have stuff ready. But I do have another question. Um, yeah, no, I'm glad I did too. As some stuff like last minute stuff happened, and I wasn't too sure. And it's funny too because like I was literally typing it in. Um, that I wasn't going to be able to join, but then at the last minute, that's why I put out the announcement like 15 minutes late. and had to have like a 10-minute delay. So I do have another. Hippie is in the chat. What's good, Hippie? Thank you for joining. Like, even my question was random and wasn't really random. I swear, this phone is literally going to kill me. If I was ever in an emergency, this phone is going to kill me. There's your idiot. Janet is in the chat. Janet, you have been missed. How have you been? Um, so yeah, I have another question now. Well, another poll. Always good to see you, Janet. Seriously? Dolly's in the chat. What's good, Dolly? We got some new members in our squad. I want to know everyone's opinion. I want to know everyone's opinion on this. Kenya says Curtis is too arrogant to do that. Do you think that Curtis? You think that Am I coming with you, Cheyenne? Do you think that Curtis and Jordan will get back together? So I'm very curious about that. Or do you think that he's going to still be? He'll stay. Okay, so Jessica said no. He'll stay married to Portia. I have a feeling about that too. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Janet says, "Hey, DC Albert, DC, you and Albert are my favorites. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna try something this week. We're gonna try something this week whenever the stars are aligned and everything. So very. And Kenya says Curtis better keep. Shauna says no, Curtis, be by yourself. Skinner says I think he'll forgive Portia, but it'll take time. Cheyenne says we need to talk about it. Future plans of traveling buddy. Huh? Sounds like a plan, Cheyenne. Sounds like a plan. CW says he'll stay married to the life. CW is pulling no punches. I love it. Victoria says, hey, may sleep with Jordan, but that's about it. Oh, he may sleep with Damn. Joy says he'll stay with Portia and there will be another fight when she finds out about him and Miss Wu. Oh, Joy, I totally forgot about that. Definitely, Janet. Definitely. That sounds like a lot of fun. I would so be down. You let me know. You let me know when you're in New York. We'll definitely sit there and hang out and grab some drinks, Janet. I'm not gonna lie, DC. It took me a hot minute. I was like, Miss Wu. Who is Miss Wu again? Now Dolly says, what do you think of the twist involving our favorite It was good, Dolly. It's funny too. I actually wanted to do a review on it, but I didn't get enough time to do it. It's really funny, Dolly. When Jake came in and stopped Nick from sending him to hell, and it seemed like Kate was being all like really mad and angry and stuff like that. And I'm like, boo, you do realize that Jake came in there and he literally saved you from going to the pits of hell. Marsha, 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 Marsha. Marsha is in the chat. Jenna says, thanks to schedule your awesome family events in Long Island. Yes. Yes, I would definitely treat you so. And for some odd reason, it says my connection is unstable. Okay. Um, so yeah, thank you for sticking with the channel, Janet. I appreciate that. Yes, Marsha's in the chat, being in heaven with her history. Yeah, that too, Dolly. But I was like, Bo, you do realize that he saved you from going to the pits of hell, right? Like, like you'd be going down there if it wasn't for him. Like, oh, you're a liar and a cheater, and he's also keeping you from going to hell. Shh. That's a really good question, Nikisha. That's a really good question. Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate that. I really do. What's good, Double C? Thank you for joining. Um, I appreciate that. Thank you, Jenna. And I'm blessed to have you on the chat. Value says, hard divorce settlement. Oh, you mean with Jordan's hard earned money? Oh, okay. Now DC says not gonna lie. In the scene where Nick was using his powers to move Marlene. Oh yeah, no, Dolly. I mean, DC. Yeah, no, it was definitely hilarious. It was definitely hilarious, but it was one of those things where it's like, you know what? I'm gonna let it slide because the episode was actually really good, except for the Allie and Chanel part. The Allie and Chanel part, I was like, Allie, just go away. Just get on a plane and just go away. Um, and Chanel sitting there crying. I'm like, how are you gonna sit there and start crying? This chick literally cheated on you. And then they played flashbacks of Allie cheating on Trip. How does I almost felt like my brain exploded when I saw that. I'm gonna leave it up there for a little bit longer. Um, and see. Let's see how many people voted so far. We got 34 people that voted, and so far, 34 people said no. Curtis and Jordan will not be a thing, and 15% said yes. Now Dolly says, well, Ron says, Ali and Chanel are boring. They're like watching paint dry. I gotta agree to disagree with you on that. Now Dolly says, unpopular opinion. Chanel and Ali tricked me into rooting for them with those two flashbacks. Wow. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I was the exact opposite. I practically was like, yeah, Al, you've been trash for a hot minute, you know? Like your history of getting together with her involved you cheating on your other partner with her. And now you're leaving because you feel like you have nothing left in Salem because you cheated on her with somebody else. Which, by the way, what does that say about everyone else there? I mean, she literally said, well, I have nothing else to stay here for. Your family? Are they not important? I don't get that. When he says people think the grass is greener. Now DC says, yeah, those Ali and Chanel scenes say it was everything. Too bad. Try can't. Oh yeah, no, of course not DC. You know why? They're they're just there to representation. They're literally there for a check mark. As I put it in my video. Jessica, at first, the problem. Okay, the problem. Okay, I will sit there and say as much, Jessica, because in a lot of ways, I agreed, but the problem with the wedding scenes were, I mean, the problem with the storyline last week for the last 3 days was that if they were going to do a slow burn like that and just have the wedding and stuff comes out afterwards, okay, fine. Um, but my issue was everything else was crap. Like, I mean, well, yeah, everything else was actually pretty crap. I don't remember those 3 episodes actually being good. Yeah, Cheyenne, it is. It's very detail oriented. Like, there's a lot of detail. Like, how do I sit there and say it? Like, Street Fighter's easier to play than Tekken. Tekken requires a lot more patience, a lot more timing, and you can't button mash your way through that, Cheyenne. That's the one of the things I did notice. Now AJ says Chanel and Ali broke up. Now Nikki said, I think I actually be okay with Portia being pregnant. I'll watch the how it plays out. Oh yeah. Oh Kenya, I know I love those games. I was just more of a Street Fighter person though. Um or a Capcom person. DC says while the scenes with Ali and Chanel were great, her reasons for leaving felt a little flat. It just felt flat. It was just like, what? Now Dolly says I can't get over the fact broken, homeless, Ali has a nerve to follow. Well, I mean, when you really stop and think about it, Dolly, isn't Ali sort of rich because her grandfather's rich? Or does that not work out really like that? Now Monique says, with Y&R, it's like, yeah, we got a gay couple, but hey. Now Monique says, Y&R is like, yeah, we got a gay couple, but how about we write for them? Oh, wait, let's give them a baby. You're right. Now DC says, I love how everyone is discussing my height in the chat. How random. It is kind of random. I mean, DC, you never actually said how tall you were. Not really, Skinner. Not really. Not really. Now AJ said Alexis and Gregory were not. Nope, it's not an unpopular opinion. I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with you on that, AJ. I'm not gonna lie. I almost actually forgot about them in my review when I was doing that. That's funny, DC. So am I. Or at least that's what it says on my driver's license. Is that I'm 5'7", which I don't feel like I am. Now Dolly says, "Oh, Allie is rich. She has a grandpa, Johnny Money. Sammy, he stole the Damaris fortune a few years ago." Yeah, I mean, honestly, tell you too, Dolly. That's when Kate said that at the time that they should sue Trip, I was like, sue him for what? You have money. Oh, for financial support. For financial support, you have money. You honestly think Grandpa Vic is just gonna sit there and let you just kind of slum it? AJ says CBS is so close-minded, so I hardly doubt they will. Yeah, they are, AJ. Why do you think they don't have Well, also it's a Dubai thing though too, AJ, because B&B shoots in Dubai, so they're not gonna do that. Yeah, Marsha, that's why I said she's not. And yes, Jessica, I agree. I don't really understand that. What's good, Caroline? Thank you for joining. Krista is in the chat. What's good? Skinner says CB probably won't ever go there. Well, yeah, I mean, granted, I'm not too sure on the details, Skinner, but I know what B&B they want because B&B is they shoot in Dubai, and Dubai is a whole other thing. Let's just sit there and say that they're not going to do that. And granted, even with Y&R, it's like okay, yeah, they have a gay couple, but they don't do anything with them. You know, it's amazing. I'm going to be honest. It's amazing that people actually like Mariah and Tess as characters. No, DC, you're not. I don't think I've ever actually cared about their storyline. Exactly, Joy, and that's the problem. Yeah, and is it, Joy, and what does that say though? What does that say? They're doing all their stuff off screen. That tells you everything you need to know about what they, about how they feel about Tess Mariah. Ron says bold is just boring and repetitive, and everyone just says the same things over and over again. Ron, to a certain extent, you are right about that. You are. Harry says, "Who's the people that like Ryan Tusk? I one supporter, never heard one supporter of them." Cheyenne says, "Brock TV real name is Buchanan." Yeah. It's on his Instagram. Cheyenne. Kyrie, that's a very interesting question. DC. I'm not ignoring anyone. I promise. But I do want to sit there and ask a question now. And this is for the people that watch Y&R. This is for the people that watch Y&R. So for the people that watch Y&R, do you like Mariah and Tess? Very curious about your answers. Very, very curious about your answers. Janice says saw their own IG post super couple and wait, what do you mean, Janet? Like you mean like the actors that play or the actress that plays Mariah and Tess, they're like together in real life? Is that what you mean by that? Janet? Are you talking about something else? Laura says, I do like Hannah and Valentine's relationship as well. Sharon says, friends always told me in college they way I conduct myself as like a police officer investigating a crime. Word. Now Shakira says no. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Now I thought you was talking about Mariah and Tess for a minute. OCW Cat Grams is engaged. Okay. Laura says the only problem I have is that they drag the storylines so long. Now, Laura, you talking about GH or which soap opera are you talking about? He says, I'm so glad the ladies on days not dead so they can come back from purgatory. Well, Hippie, we all knew that they were going to come back. We knew that they were not going to just kill them off. So it was just trying to find a clever way of bringing them back. And now they're saying they're not even dead. Ron says, yeah, I like Tess, but Josh doesn't know how to write LGBT characters. Oh, okay. Now Janice says Mariah and Tess are dull. Solomon says, oh, okay. All right, that's interesting, Solomon. AB says that I feel that I don't need to know Brock's real name unless I'm forced to write him a check on it, and that ain't happening. Yeah, I don't really know why he actually put out his whole name like that. That was just random, but okay. DC says, I feel the having storyline from Days. That's Ron copied that from One Like 11. You know what I'm talking about. That might have been before my time, but maybe everyone else in the chat knows Tom. You're right, Shakira, you're right. It's going to be interesting. Laura says, I was. Laura, how long it's been since you watched Days of Our Lives? Yes, Dolly, same. I liked her in Beyond Salem, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Now, Gillen, is it Jillian? Jillian says, I don't care for Days. I don't care for Drew or Carly as a couple either. What's good, Jillian? Let me hope I'm actually saying your name right. And thank you for joining. By the way, we got 48 people in the chat. We got 19 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. We are getting new people in all the time. Um and it really does help. I know it's a YouTuber thing that I kind of have to say, but it really does help. Thank you, Valerie. Yeah, definitely hit the like button. Georgina says, I wonder who they will pair Jordan with. She's a strong woman in her position. Georgina, but that's what I was saying. When you really think about it, they haven't paired Jordan with anyone. And I think it's because they may sit there and try to pair them back with Curtis again. Jillian, okay. This is right. It's just okay, cool. I just, I want to double check, Jillian, because I know you're new to the chat, and I'm very bad with names. Um, and you will soon find that out. So, but thank you for joining tonight, Dom. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. DC, you're right, because that is kind of crazy. Shakira said he is boring. Okay. Jolie says I think Megan is definitely behind the pies. I'm curious. She's why she's going after the Glen Grandma Squad. Yeah, because it did say Demera Enterprises. You're right. It said Demera Enterprises on there. Now AB says, who do you and okay. AB says, who do you and DC like more, Adam, Sally, or Nick and Sally? ABC, that's a tough one. Also, I haven't really been watching the show as long. What's good, Tracy Steves? I also haven't been watching the show as long. I like Nick as a character, and I feel like sometimes that Adam can come across as pretentious. But DC, what are your thoughts on that? Laura says, I can't recall the last time when Kristen and John got married. AJ says Drew needs to back with Sam or get with Portia. Carrie says Sally and Adam are both schemers at heart. That will keep things interesting. Cheyenne, actually, well, I used to listen to a lot of LA Cool J music when I was growing up. I used to listen to a lot of his music growing up. Anna says this is a great chat. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, and thank you for listening. Thank you for listening in. I appreciate that. This is I always sit there and say it's the best part, literally the best part of my day. No, actually, no, actually, I wasn't Cheyenne. I have no idea where that comment came from. Now, Daisy Flower says, actually, no, Daisy Flower says, I like Drew and Carly. Skinner says, cast equals characters. Very, very good point, Trigena. That's why, like, on Y&R, I don't understand why they are still pairing. Was good, Cat Lady. Thank you for joining. That's why I don't understand why they're trying to pair Ashley and Tucker together. And I'm like, really? Like, why? Why would you? Now Kyrie says, while Nick will drop her like a hot potato for the smallest old thing, he only screwing her to get over on Adam. What's good, Cat Lady? It's always great to see you. Thank you for joining. Cat Lady, how's the YouTube channel going? Very curious about that. It's been a hot minute since I actually checked out your channel, so I want to know how's it going. Julian says, I think the stuff with Ryan and Heather was the best part of GSA. You're right. You're right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did like the stuff with Portia and Curtis, but I felt like after a while it started to get kind of monotonous. It really did. It felt like the same conversation that happened on Friday. That was my issue. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, of course, AJ. I knew you were going to say that. Have a good night, DC. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you being here tonight. We definitely got to sit there and plan something throughout the week, though. Whenever you have time again. That's kind of true, Jessica. But sometimes you need a little bit of comedy, as as weird as that sounds. Now, VGG says, let me read this. Now, VGG said Victoria on days. Oh, you love Victoria on days, but I don't like how she doesn't want to be on contract. She keeps going and coming. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Jess. I'm not gonna lie. We gotta find another name for you instead of just VGG. But I agree with that, though. I do. Especially when I first started watching it, I was like, "Boo, either stay or go. Like, like pick a lane. do something because this is just ridiculous at this point. What's good, Big Nate? Thank you for joining. Valerie says Heather and Ryan are fun for now. Yeah, I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, I think a lot of people are enjoying those scenes. Now, Jillian says the storyline on GH, I'm so over, is Michael trying to. Yeah, I mean, it was stupid to begin with. It definitely was just over the top and just like, I don't want to sit there and say out of left field, but it's getting to a point where it's just ridiculous. But yeah, VGG, I felt the same way. It was sort of the same thing with the Marcy situation. On days. Now Ron says Albert, yes, Victoria knows that Nate is a cheater and he's yeah, I remember you told me that a couple of days ago actually. Last week. Angie says, I don't know because Ryan and Heather I was more entertained by Ryan. Is anyone like really surprised that Heather decided to let Ava and Felicia go? Like, did that actually make sense to y'all? Because I'm going to be honest, it made no sense to me whatsoever. Like, why would she just sit there and just let them both go? Um, Monique says, what would be interesting if Michael and Dex and Sunny all had Pikeman. You know, Monique, it's funny too. As far as the whole, I can agree with you on that. But definitely as far as this isn't what he wanted. Because I can see that I can see something like that playing out. I really could. Now, Nate says my thoughts on GH in 2023 are simple. It feels like last year, too many storylines still taking place, not a lot being done to wrap them up besides a couple. Now, Trajana says Stella must have, that's why she didn't once when we know she would have. Yeah, though, I mean, granted, that's one of their many problems. That is definitely one of their many problems. Now, Anna says, I agree, so over Michael trying to take down Sunny and who Dex is really. You know, Anna, we're probably going to get to the whole Dex stuff like maybe next week or in 2 weeks, which is so stupid. Yeah, Daisy Flaw, we've been trying to figure out who Dex has been since last year. And I literally mean like a couple of months into last year. Oh yeah, no, Jillian, it's definitely going to backfire. You know, it's funny too. When I read your name, the first person I thought was Jillian Andrews or Anderson. No, Jillian Anderson from the X Files. I think that's why I just kind of rolled off the tongue so well. Monique says Heather didn't have any use for Ava and Felicia. They were Ryan's obsession and not Heather's. I I guess. I guess. But she's also homicidal and crazy. Oh yeah, no, Kenya, I love the X Files. I was so pissed. Well, I was so pissed off that that show got canceled, and that Jillian didn't want to actually do the show anymore. Particularly because she did come back to do the show, and then say, "Oh, I don't want to sit there and do shows with aliens anymore." And then she wound up in a movie where the planet was taken over by aliens. So yeah, fun times, fun times. Jillian says my dad actually named me. Actually, are you serious, Jillian? Are you serious? Wow, that is wow. I do love me some Gillian Anderson, except for when she decided to quit the show, which I'm still pissed off about. Now Skinner says the X File is my top five greatest shows in history. Skinner, what are your other favorite shows? I'm very curious about that because I love the X Files. AJ says I think Dex will get caught by Sunny and have another Dante situation where he gets shot. Nice, Jillian, nice. Anna says I think it's going to backfire too. And as for Dex, I smell a cop. That'd be really cool if he was like an FBI agent though. Now Krista says Albert had there. Felicia should go because Ryan will kill her if she. Oh, okay. All right. All right. That makes more sense, Krista. Okay. All right. Thank you. Ron says, Albert, did you watch? I watched a little bit of it, Ron. I watched a little bit of it. AJ said Dex may be a cop. If he is, then he's getting the Rory treatment. Skinner says Portia ain't gonna be happy. Okay. Jessica says I can see Dex. Yep, I see it a mile away. Now Skinner says House MD was awesome. Games of Thrones. The Games of Thrones, I'm not really into medieval stuff, but that's cool. House, I used to actually really love House. Of course, that was a show I used to watch my ex girlfriend, so that clearly meant that I couldn't watch it anymore. But when I did watch it with her, it was fun. Dave Plus says I think Dex is a cop or a Fed. Hopefully, he's a Fed because they did the whole cop thing with Dante. And Kenya says Fringe was also pretty cool, but X Files. I always want to sit there and watch Fringe. Um, Kyrie's is literally the rock star tonight. He just gifted another membership. So yeah, definitely part of the squad. We have a lot of fun. Ask anyone with the blue check mark. We have a lot of fun in the and in our exclusive live streams that we do Saturdays and Sundays, and a lot of great perks. And I'm in just awe. You know, that is really nice, Kyries. Thank you. That is awesome. Thank you, Kyries. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's why I love having you as a subscriber. I love having you as a subscriber. For so many reasons, you know, because we can sit there, we can go back and forth about characters and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, we're still friends and we're still talking and stuff, and that means everything to me. So thank you so much, Kyries. Thank you. And Laura has become part of the Super Squad. Thank you, Kyries. Thank you so much. We're getting a lot of people up in there, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Nate says as far as the outer subs go, the rest of them are okay, except for B&B and Y&R. While I love the Days of Our Lives, it feels a little too clunky. What do you mean by that, Nate? Jonathan is in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? Jillian says, I'm glad Ali is leaving. Me too. Me too, Jillian. Me too. Trust me. I'm like, she could have kicked rocks. I'm not gonna lie, those flashbacks did not help. It actually almost felt like it did the exact opposite. CW. CW, I'm very blessed to have you, Kyrie's, and everyone here in this live stream. That's funny, Kyrie's. No, Kyrie's, you are a blessing. Trust me, you really are. And what's good, Apple? Thank you for joining. It's been a while. It's been too long. How have you been? AJ said, I wish I didn't work on. Oh, I'm sorry about that, AJ. I want to sit there and try to do a live stream in the middle of the week. It's just I have to plan it out for members. I want to try to do a live stream in the middle of the week for members. I'm gonna try to work something out. I'm gonna try to work something out. It's just we're gonna try to work something out. Cause I do now. Hippie says I can't find a gift and membership, but that's so generous. Yeah, no, Hippie. Kyrie's is amazing. He is truly a gift. So thank you. Monique says when the feds like that's very true, Monique. I'm not gonna lie, Monique. Does he even still have dimples though? Not that I really look at him like that, but does he still have dimples? I don't even know. He always just sit there and now Dolly said, just a reminder, guys, remember to set your accounts to accept membership gifts. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you. Deja Fly says AJ was such a whiner, poor little rich boy. AJ said AJ Quartermain was horrible. Thank you, CW. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, Hippie. Oh, you do see the join button. Okay. Well, at least you see the join button. Anytime you want to join, Hippie, we would love to have you. We definitely love to have you. We got another person here. Teaspoon. Teaspoon says I haven't seen Days since they left NBC. As far as GH, I believe Dex is the son of Sky and Alcazar are Brenda and Dante. That could be it too. Teaspoon is in the chat. See, the like button really does work. Okay, it's not a myth. It is not a myth. The like button really does work. Um, Thank you, CW, and thank you, Carice, again. Thank you so much. Um, I literally just doing these live streams. It's just motivating to have people in here like Kyrie's and like so many other people that support me. That is my motivation. So thank you, everyone. And I think Teaspoon meant Dante. But when you type one thing wrong in there, it's like it just starts flying. Now Julian says can't stand Jocelyn started to like her when she beat the crap. Jillian, I'm so glad that you joined because that's literally I said the same thing in so many of my different so many of my different reviews. Exact same way. Treating Cam like a toilet seat. Okay? That's literally what she was sitting there doing. We haven't seen Cam in a hot minute. Yes, Teaspoon, it is very, very, very great to have you in the live stream. Monique says, couldn't you imagine if Heather had the chance to raise Jason with Scotty, what would Jason like be? That would be interesting. That would be like Monique, that'd be like a cool alternate. No, it'd be like a cool what if, you know? Anthony is in the chat. What's good, Anthony? See, the like button helps. We're getting more and more and more new people in here. And Netta is in the chat. Netta says, Sally, makeup, breakup, Dex, baby is on my last nerves. What, Anetta, what show are we talking about? You said Dex, I'm thinking GH, but you said Sally, and I know that's Y&R. Daisy, yeah, Daisy Flaw, trust me, I know that Josh is one of your favorites. I know that that's one of your favorites. Now, Hippie says, I'm a loyal follower and you always make me feel like one of your favorites. I know we are all your favorites. That is very true, Hippie. That is very true. This whole stream, like everyone in here is, I said this in my live stream. Oh, okay, and then okay. I said this in my live stream with the members, and I'll say it in here too. Um, these live streams are so fun, and I have so much fun doing them, and it's because of everyone here. Everyone here is just it's really it's really fun to talk to, and that's what does it for me. So I want to thank everyone here for just making my day and just you know. Jonathan is yeah, no, Jonathan, I don't think that she's here tonight. Right, Jonathan, okay, here's the thing. I'm laughing, but were you here, Jonathan? Was you here for that before? Well, so Jonathan, you know about the whole meltdown with Mel before, right? Okay, yeah, no, I mean, Jonathan, I hope she's okay too. I really do. Um, and my whole thing is like, I never want to sit there and make somebody feel like they're not welcome or feel like they're being ignored. I never want to do that. And I did try to apologize to her and try to make her feel welcome and stuff. Yeah, I don't, Valerie, I don't even know what it even really was about that. But again, I didn't want to sit and ignore her. I really did. Um, I simply didn't. But it's just one of those things where it's like I can't just, unfortunately, I can't get to every single comment. You know, I don't know if I don't think that any streamer really could. I don't think that any live streamer can sit there and get to every single comment. And even if you could, I don't even think you should be doing that. You know, I say this all the time. Now CW says it felt like we were in a lifetime, and I think Dolly said she was giving Jan Spear vibes. Um, yeah, AJ, she kind of had a bit of a. I don't want to sit there and say a meltdown, but it was. Uh, AJ, she thought I was ignoring her. I'll just put it shortly. I'm not even gonna sit there and joke about that. She thought I was ignoring her, and I was trying to tell her that we're getting a lot more people in the chat. It's very hard to sit there and keep up with everyone. But hopefully she'll come back, and when she does, she'll be a lot more chill and understanding. Yeah, Georgiana, I felt the same way. I really did. But like I said, I hope the best for her. I really do. Really, really do. Carries. But yeah, I don't know. My whole thing at the end of the day, I look at it this way. As long as everyone in the chat is having a good time, they feel like they're included. I feel like, you know, I feel like my job is done. Even though I don't feel like this is a job, I just feel like, Cheyenne says definitely had to need that 10 hours of sleep. Sounds amazing, Cheyenne. Yeah, and I tried to tell her that, but Daria's in the chat was good. Dara, he just said you don't ignore everyone. I don't. I try not to. I try not to. I really do. Thank you, Ethel. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And also, I appreciate you being here tonight. I always enjoy whenever I get to sit there and see you in the chat. Um, Ron, I feel like they're not even fans. They're just, I wouldn't even sit there and say they're delusional people. They're just not good people, and they bring everything else down. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Oh yeah, honestly, to tell you the truth, Ron, those are the type of people that make it bad for everyone else. Dolly says Lifetime and Hallmark cast a lot of soap actors. That's very true. Um, Dara says Brina is adorable. Yeah, I mean, I would sit there and say, and I said, I was like, for a lot of Brina fans, they're gonna like that, and you know, yeah, hippie. I don't want to get it too much into that, but it was I don't know. I like having her in here, and I wish that she didn't take it so seriously. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you so much. I mean, I can imagine that they would, though, especially if they got a fan base and they're doing some sort of romance scene or whatever. I can see that. I can see that. I kind of do want to sit there and like I do want to watch a Lifetime movie. They've always given bad names, especially back in the day. Yeah, okay. I felt like a lot of people that were Sabrina fans are gonna like it. Okay, all right, Monique, all right. They're stalkers and bullies. Even Phoenix said that in his video. No, that's very true, Ron. That is very very true. Kenya says, "I you do a really great job of getting to as many comments as you can." I think a lot of folks mad because I don't think I could keep up. Yeah, no, thank you, Kenya. Thank you. Like I said, and that's the thing, Kenya. When I first started, it was like 9 people, maybe 8. And it was a little harder to keep up with it, but I did. We got 44 people in the chat now, you know? So, um, I mean, like I said, I'm always going to sit there and try to do my best to get to every person in the chat. Um, but I also want to sit there and talk to y'all as well and not just, repeat every single comment that people are commenting. So, as long as everyone has a good time, they feel included, then I always leave this live stream extremely happy. Um, Really says if you know as Netflix has been doing glorified Lifetime movies. Yeah, I have. I mean, though I try to stay away from those, but I have. Oh, Megan. The doll movie Megan. That's actually coming on Peacock the 24th, and I cannot wait to watch that. Because I wanted to watch it in the theaters, and I was like, wait till I watch it on stream or whatever. And now, the 24th of February, Megan comes on. So if you have Peacock, um, definitely check it out. Now, Shane says the stereotypes people always try to portray. Hmm. Ron says even in the comment section, some people can't tell the difference. Yeah, that's very true. I've seen that, Ron. No, I didn't get a chance to watch that yet. Um, I feel like I want to watch it on a Christmas or somewhat on Christmas. No, Jessica, I didn't. To tell you the truth, I want to wait because it's only the first part. So when they get to the second part, maybe I'll sit there and watch them both then. Because I love that show, you, Jessica. That is my show. So maybe when both of the parts come out, I can actually sit there and just watch and just um marathon it. Trojana says, OMG, you should do a reaction to Megan. I would love to see you watch it. I would, Trajan, I would love to, but copy strikes is no joke. Copy strikes is no joke. But when I do watch it, I definitely sit there and talk about it with everyone in the chat if you watched it. Billy says, well, I wait, I can watch Megan in honor of Megan. Joey, I just got that. I just got that. Nice. It just said now I am the head of that is very true, AJ. That is very true. Johnson says my nickname for that movie is Action Santa. I do want to watch that movie though, Johnson. I do. AJ says my co-head is Nikisha, of course. Everyone in the chat. I gotta sit there and give all my attention to Nikisha, like all of it. Shannon says, "What is that? Prozac or Prozac? Panzer? What? Tastes delicious. I have no idea what that is. Um, Pan Zero. I have no idea what that is. It's funny, AJ. My dad started watching Stranger Things, and he actually likes it. But oddly, I want to sit there. I can't sit there and say I want to actually watch it. Really, Nikisha? Well, it is only the first half, though, right? Of it so far, Nikisha, it's only the first half of it. Oh, AJ said I've watched season 4 already. Okay. Yeah, my dad, he loves it. I kind of want to sit there and see 13 Reasons Why Not, even though the subject is like it's very heavy. I would say. Uh, oh, Monique, it's funny. My friend was telling me about that movie, and yeah, I don't know if I, Monique, it's funny because like I want to watch that movie, but I feel like as a guy, I will be like clenching myself like every few seconds or every few minutes. Jan says Joe Ron Smith is very beautiful. Who's that? Is that like one of Will Smith's kids or something like that? Or yeah, Trigena. I'm just like try Trigena. Um, it's like I want to watch TV at the same time. I'm like, I don't know. And Jonathan says, I think Eric and Nicole are going to eventually get back together. Yeah, they probably are. Um, but I will sit there and say this though, Jonathan. Even though I'm not a coupling person, I do like the scenes with EJ and Nicole. I don't know why, but I really like the scenes between those two. Okay, all right, that's good to know, Anna, because I'll probably just sit there and just marathon both of them. I'm still in the last episode of The Boys. Uh, Billy says, does anyone else miss Love on You? I have no idea what that is. Denise is in the chat. What's good, Denise? Denise says, yes, I'm an EJ and Nicole fan. Me too. And I normally don't, do the whole couplings thing. And thank you for joining tonight, Denise. See, when I said the like button works, it really does work. It really does. Johnson says, Nick on Days reminds me of John Cena, Lex Luthor. Oh, cry. Oh, yes. Yes, wow. Jonathan, that is so spot on. John Cryers, yes. But Jonathan, I'm actually looking forward to who they're going to have as their Lex Luthor on Superman and Lois. I'm very curious about that. Yes, that's what I was like. That was so on point. I was like, he's right. Of course, I did sit there and think that I will say this: as much as I did like John Cryer as Lex Luthor, I felt like after a while he did kind of overstay his welcome. You know, it was like I was like, bro, you're technically supposed to be Superman's villain, not Supergirl. But of course, because they didn't want to sit there and make Lena Luthor an actual villain, this is what they wound up getting instead. Krista says Elizabeth said Cameron is at the dorms. Remember, in Port Charles is still Valentine's Day. You're right. You are 100% right. Now Dolly says, "I love was really interesting character. I love." Oh, okay. That's when you were saying love. I was like, who are we? I was like, what are we talking about? And I was like, oh, okay, from you. Oh, my bad, Skinner. My bad. Well, I mean, I shouldn't sit there and say my bad because technically I didn't spoil it, but still. Dan Johnson, Superman, Lois, Lex Luthor actor. Oh, it's Michael. Okay. Yeah, I'm very, Jonathan. I'm very curious. I'm very curious on his take. Don't get me wrong. I did love John Cryer. I surprisingly actually really did. Now Skinner says, I never ever liked Sammy with AJ. Yeah, no, that was. I mean, granted, that stuff was definitely before my time, but hmm, it's funny, AJ, because like I look at that show and I'm just like, should I try to jump on the bandwagon, like as far as watching that show, or is it just kind of like a lost cause to some extent? You know, Daisy Fly says the actor who plays Cameron is recurring, so he will not be seen very often, which is why Josh and Cam broke up. That does make sense, Daisy Fly. It does. It does. But it's funny, AJ, because I mean, even if you did spoil it, I'll probably want up forgetting and just watching it anyway. You know. Hmm. It's funny, Nakisha. I actually wanted to watch that show Wednesday because a lot of people like that show. My friends is watching and everything. Um, and just on a side note, I did get a chance to watch the first episode of Velma. It's not as terrible as everyone says it is. Okay, it's not the worst show in the world, but it's still really bad. Like Velma is still really bad. And Nikisha, I hated Wednesday. Oh, now Johnson says, does anyone still think Cam will end up with Esme? Probably not. No, I feel like that was probably like a what if scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like that was kind of a what if scenario, like a what if kind of storyline, but in reality, no. Because Esme has done way too much to Cam for him to even begin to forgive that. Between that and his mom's, no, 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 no. And Johnson said it will be self yeah, defeating. Monique said Trina Looked at Spencer like I wanted that. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, yeah. I think I read that somewhere. AJ, I did. Now, CW says, Albert, do you think Ellie is more annoying than Claire was when she was on days? It's hard to say CW because I didn't I only started watching it in 2020, so I didn't really know Claire that much. But I can definitely tell you, Alan was definitely annoying. You know, my whole thing at CW is it's like I look at Allie and then I look at Summer, and I'm like, who is more annoying? And I still think that Allie still like overall like Summer's more annoying now. Allie was more annoying back then. If that makes any sense. Though he said Velma just was pointless for me. I hate it when people think you're being clever and edgy. Yeah, and that was the main problem, Dolly. That was one of the main problems. And it just wasn't. But don't get me wrong, Dolly. I would be lying if I didn't sit there and say I didn't laugh once or twice. But it's still a terrible, terrible show. Of course, you know they canceled Young Justice, so you know they canceled Young Justice, but yet they still kept Velma. So that's cool, I guess. Laura says I can't see Cam and Esme. I couldn't see them being together either. Jillian says Ellie is the most annoying character on Days. That is very true. That is 100% true. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Jen Spears can be annoying as well. Jillian says who you think is the most annoying character on GH. That is nope. That's a very easy thing. Smoltz. I think that's his name. I mean, I know he's not like a full time character, but that is probably the most annoying character I think I've ever seen. That's the paparazzi guy. But as far as main characters, I can't think of one. Hmm, maybe Spencer, maybe Spencer, and at times Joss. I would sit there and say if I had to sit there and say the most annoying characters, which they definitely have their moments, is Spencer and Joss. Mel was good. Mel, how you doing tonight, Mel? Or Melanie? Yeah, Valerie, that reporter, that scumbag as a reporter. No, honestly, to tell you the truth, we all do care about you. We do. Um, I just want you to understand that sometimes if I don't get to you, it's not personal. You know, there's a couple people in here that I didn't get to, so we do care. You know, and I'm glad you actually joined because I was sitting there wondering about that tonight. You know, at the end of the day, Mel, you or anyone else, I don't want anyone else to sit there and think that I'm ignoring you. You know, we're all friends here. We all have a good time. We'll sit there and talk about these characters. We'll agree, we'll disagree. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just about the fun that we have with each other. So don't take if I point out one person or if I point out somebody else as me ignoring you. this is a fun space, and it's fun because of everyone in here that makes it fun. You know. And it says Josh 9. Oh no, I get that, Kyrie's. Hmm, that's a very good question, Jenna. That's a very good question. Oh, Daisy Flower says Lorenzo Alcaz. That's yeah. If we're talking about old school, we want to sit there and bring somebody else, somebody back, then yeah. What's good, Gwen? But yeah, no. Seriously, if you thought I was, if you thought I was, if you thought I was, if you thought I was sitting there ignoring you, I apologize because that was never my intent. So I'm glad you're back in the stream tonight. Toby says, as his channel go, you're not going to get every comment. Yeah, no, thank you, Dolly, thank you. You know, I just, honestly tell you, truth, though, and I appreciate that, and that's why I sat there and tried to tell Mel. I just want everyone to have a good time, So, and again, thank you, Dolly, thank you again. One says, please don't tell me Ryan is going to deliver the baby. I can't. Nikki said, Albert, you apologized so many times. You didn't do anything wrong. No, honestly, tell you the truth, Nikisha, it's not even some. Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't feel like I did anything wrong, but I don't. Thank you, Jessica. I just wanted her to know that, she's always welcome here and that I don't take her feelings lightly. And, just understand that I can't get to everyone. But thank you, Jessica, and thank you, Nikisha. You know how I am sometimes. I just want everyone to have a good time and everyone to feel welcome. Digi Plastic can also bring. That is very true. Hmm. Let me ask you a question though, Digi Fly. Do you think it would be like another Todd and Blair situation with Carly? Because Carly and Blair, they weren't that they weren't that different. That's a possibility, Jonathan. AJ says Albert doesn't read all my comments, and I don't get that. I mean, that's true. That's true, AJ. But I know, the thing is, everyone responds differently. You know. Now Gwen says, "I will catch the replay. Everyone, have a good night. Have a good night, Gwen. Thank you for joining." Jalen says, "I heard a theory that people think Dex could be the son of one of Sonny's former enemies." Jillian, it's funny too because we were talking about that a couple of days ago. Um, it was Joe Scully, maybe. That's a really good question. It's definitely possible. Yes, Kenna. I don't think she's gonna get a new man. I think she's just gonna sit there and recycle. Give regift her, regift her Curtis. That's what I think. That's what I really do think. Marsha says bring Andre back for Jordan. Marsha, I really think they can do better than Andre Maddox. like I really think they can do better than Andre Maddox. In case you're funny, Curtis is not a gift. And Johnson said, I think Dex could be Julian's son. Have a good night, Kenya. Thank you for joining. Definitely look forward to seeing you tomorrow. That is definitely true, Kyrie's. Oh, okay. I don't know. In case I remember a lot of people weren't really too receptive of him coming back, even if he just came back just to be back. Now, Digi Plus says Cam is already a little boring. I guess maybe if he starts setting fires or something like that, it may kind of, you know. Have a good night, Monique. Thank you for joining. Then Joey says, haha, not regifting. I'm just saying, I feel like that's the case of why Jordan um of why Jordan isn't with anyone. And Jessica says Griffin can stand where he's at. Very, very yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Jessica. I was not a fan of the actor that played Griffin. Um I didn't like his acting at all. At all. I mean, I felt like the dude was just there for looks, if we're gonna be honest. Skinner wasn't Griffin was Duke's son, right? Duke Lavery's son. I don't know. I kind of took a break and I came back and I just saw him there. And the first thing I thought when I saw Griffin was like South of Nowhere. And I think his name was Aiden. I'm just like, what are you doing here? Yeah, Nikisha, I just Marsha says Griffin is on Hallmark and Entertainment Tonight. Yeah, I can see that. Jillian says, yeah, he was Duke's son. Thank you, Jillian. You're right, Jonathan. It's funny too, Jonathan, because I remember that exact episode, and I was just like, I was. Here's the thing, John. When he played him, I was like, I wasn't too thrilled about it, but I was like, you know what? It's supernatural, so I'll roll with it. AJ said, I don't remember Griffin. Yeah. Well, AJ, when did you start watching the show? I'm very curious about that. Jessica said he wasn't remember at all. Yeah, that was the thing. He just had looks. Always says I'm going to start using that for the characters I get around. Yeah, a regift. Yep, exactly. A regift. Gotta regift these people. Okay? They don't got time to be spent there hiring new people. Okay? That's not within the soap opera's budget. Laura said, I don't know, Griffin. It might be when I was not watching. Yeah, because it was a point where I wasn't watching it either. Like I did take some time off to not watch it. Skinner says Ava is certainly one of the best characters on GH. Jessica says he was dating Ava when he got with Kiki. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of weird though. When you stop and really thought about it, it's like Ava and Kiki kept just passing around their boyfriends. Like, how do you do that? Like how do you sit there and go out? It's like I couldn't go out with somebody who my dad went out with. I couldn't do it. AJ said I started watching GH in 23, then I started watching in 2015. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Okay. Carrie said, yeah, I love Ava, but she knows she's going to hell for that. Well, I mean, Kyrie's, yeah, she's going to help with that and probably a lot of other things. At least she knows where she's going. Nikisha, I like Connie, especially when she was dating Johnny Z. Nikisha, she was dating Johnny Z? I know Carly was dating Johnny. Olivia was dating Johnny. Johnny got around. Lulu was dating Johnny. He just said, "Oh, I see." I was on hiatus when Griffin was around. Yeah, I mean, granted, like Jessica said, he wasn't memorable, so it's not like he missed anything. Justin says, since Nicholas isn't around, they're probably close to bringing Lulu back because Laura needs at least one of her kids. That's very true. It was Kyrie's, it was. You know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, that's awesome that you pointed that out for so many reasons. Skinner says Johnny and Olivia were too hot. Hated that they broke up for whatever reason. Why did they break up, anyways? Skinner, I'm very curious about that. Oh, okay, Jessica. That was like I don't remember Kate dating Johnny. I remember um Maxie might have had something with him. And Nikki said I like Connie, hated Kate. Um, aren't they the same character though? Like Connie was just Connie was the true version. Kate was like the fake version. Like Kate was like a made up. She wanted to lose her Brooklyn accent and everything like that. Denise says, "Yes, I'm ready for Lulu to come back. I'm not feeling Sam and Dante." You're not the only person, Denise. Guy Jenna says, "Bring Emma Drake for Cam. Josh and Emma will be like Brenda and Carly all over again." Well, no, I mean, Jessica, wasn't Kate just a reinvention of Connie? Because she didn't like where she grew up and stuff like that. So she decided to reinvent herself as Kate. Listening to saying that she was just a phony. If you really thought to think about it, hmm. But it's funny though, Nikisha, because when you really start to think about it, it wasn't like a different personality. They didn't have split personalities. It was literally just Connie didn't like who she was, so she felt the only way to. No, Kate had the idea. No, what? Okay, hold on. No, 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 no. Jessica, you said no. Kate had the ID. No, I don't think she didn't have the ID. No, Connie, Kate had the ID. What? Wait. That's not the version that did they. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up because let's be honest, I can be completely wrong and just look like a total dumbass right now. I don't think I am. I do remember her saying that she changed her Brooklyn accent. Really, Nikisha? Because I could have swore she said that she wanted to sit there and fit in. Digi Claw says, "I would do you remember Trey?" Yeah, no, I do remember Trey. I do remember Trey. Are you serious? Oh, what? Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that because okay, maybe. All right. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I sat there and I was so ready to come in with that energy, like, no, I think you're wrong, and da 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 da. And now I'm just like, what? I did not know that CW. And Jessica said, yeah, her name was Connie, and oh, okay. It's so weird because I do remember the story when she came in. She was like, she felt ashamed of her Brooklyn accent and where she came from. And Rick's dad knew who she was, knew who she came, knew where she came from, and I guess kind of hit that fact and hit those secrets and stuff like that. So okay. And these class says when Joe Tapkani, Kate became Kate. Wow, okay. Yeah, okay, all right. I did not know that, AJ. That is very interesting. Now, Hippie says, I'm looking forward to Hope and too. I was saying that earlier there are one of my favorite couples, along with Steve and Kayla. Yeah, that's true, Hippie. Steve and AKA Sweetness. Sweetness. It's funny too, because I feel like if I go to any person that watched Days of Our Lives and I say sweetness, they know what that means. AJ said, well, just adding a few actors from like left. Yeah, they did. And then they had to sit there and let him go. And then he brought back one. That is very true. It's funny, Mel. I was sitting there early. I was sitting there talking about that. And I was like, yeah, Megan is coming out. And I can't wait to see it. AJ said Megan is a ripoff of Chucky. Not really, no. In some ways, yes, but in a lot of ways, no. I would say. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No, Jessica, I do remember me taking a break from it, but I missed a lot. Johnson says now 4 actors from GH are One Like to Live are currently on. Oh, from One Like to Live are currently on GH. Of course, Denise. Of course, I look forward to seeing you the next time that you join the chat. So thank you. Oh, who are the 4 actors? I just know Roger. Who's the other actors that are never mind. I just thought about it. Martin, Anna, Roger. There's one other person. I'm missing the 4. Oh, the guy that plays Valentine. Okay, never mind. I just got it right now. Jenna says I could be wrong, but I'm convinced Megan Tamara is the one who took Target. Yep, you're probably right. You're probably right, Julian. Probably right. But Orpheus, he's not going to make it that easy. I'll give you a clue. What are you, the Riddler? What do you mean you're going to give them a clue? Yes, Skinner. Yes. Michael Easton. Yeah, you're right. I heard the actor that played Valentine was also from. Oh no, never mind. That was All My Children. Wow. Okay, Trajana. Yo, Tom was definitely something else. Jesus Christ. Oh, CW, he was on All My Children. Okay. Julian says I didn't really like that they killed Franco off GH and they have been playing Austin. I like Franco. Yeah, Julian, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Then Valerie said Valentine was on an episode of Frasier back in the day. He was also on an episode of Supernatural, and they called him Dick Roman. Just gonna let that go. Johnson says Roger, Michael Easton, Amanda. Oh, and Josh Kelly. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Johnson. Because I was trying to pick these characters out, and I was like, this. Now Valerie says, and Hat Daddy was on the closer. Closer. Is that the same? No, that's a different show. I think what I'm thinking about is Without a Trace. Digifly says I didn't like Frank. I wanted Todd to come back. Yeah, me too. In a lot of ways. But then you would have had to bring Blair back, and that would have been a whole thing. But yeah, since I do got to wake up kind of early in the morning, and it is getting kind of late, I do want to thank everyone for joining. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Mel, for coming back to the chat. I really appreciate having you here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, Kyrie's. Thank you. You are a rock star. Um, I am so blessed to have you as a subscriber, as a member. I want to thank all my members for joining. I want to thank all of my subscribers for being here tonight. This was a lot of fun, and everyone in here makes it as fun as possible. So thank you. Britt and not Cody, like WTF. Have a good night, Valerie. Thank you for joining. Brooklyn says Albert, the character that played Britt. Oh, nice. I gotta talk about that show, Brooklyn. I gotta talk about that show. Thank you, Jillian. Likewise. Have a good night, CW. Have a good night, Kyrie. Thank you for joining. Thank you just for being a rock star. Thank you, CW, for the super chat. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Nikisha. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Valerie. Oh, yeah, no, AJ, I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow. I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow. You know how I do Monday through Friday. So, thank you, Ethel, for joining. Thank you, Eagle Fang. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, DC. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, Trajana. Thank you. It was great to sit there and see you. Thank you, Blackmon. Cheyenne, thank you. Thank you for joining. Stay safe. Have a good night, Shakira. Everyone here is amazing. So thank you so much. Night Girl. Thank you for popping in. And thank you for being a member. I hope I get to sit there and see you in the next live stream. It'd be really fun to chop it up with you. Thank you, Hippie. Thank you for joining. Oh, Trajana, I definitely will. And now, I'll tell you this much. Trajana. Not only will I read it, but I will sit there and talk about it and I'll talk about it on my channel. So I will talk about it on my channel when you do publish it. Have a good night, Victoria. Thank you for joining. Yeah, thank you, Cheyenne. Um, well, kind of creepy that you know that, but okay. Thank you, Tracy. Have a great night. Stay safe. And but yeah, Charjan, yeah. When you do publish it, I will definitely sit there and talk about it and my on my channel. Of course, you don't need to thank me. I just look forward to reading it. All right, everyone, stay safe, and yeah, I will see you in the next live stream.